ground things pound their feet. Down there on the street, things without feet. Like me, and see me, oh what I see. Things that amaze me. It fills my dreams when I sleep. A penguin that can fly. A penguin that can fly. A penguin that can fly. That's why you will find me up there with the birds that have wings. Up there I can see things not seen by ground things. Up there in the sky, there's a penguin flying high, always loving life, wondering how the ground things ever survive. Never seeing life. Down below me, the ground things scurry by, down among the birds, flying wild and free, seeing things that no one else can see. High above, away from the debris. Down below, the ground things scurry by, pounding their feet while I touch the sky, sliding, gliding, without a care. They'll never know the wonders up here. In the sky, I'm a penguin flying high, living life with no questions why. I wonder how the ground things carry on, never experiencing the beauty I thought. Penguin that can fly.
Hello, my name is Urzu Zyquin, and welcome to my channel. How's everybody doing today? Well, I know I said I was going to continue this stream on Monday, but I wanted to have this stream later in the day. And unfortunately, when later in the day came, I didn't necessarily feel like streaming. But I titled today's video, "Why is it so hard to say I said that?" And the reason I say that, at the end of this, there's going to be somebody who speaks up after I'm finished talking to say that that wasn't the answer to the question. And I simply was wanting to find out why they thought it wasn't the answer to the question. Now, I'm going to first show you how easy it is to just speak up. When you say something, and somebody then challenges you directly, why would you just sit there and silently and try to act like you didn't say it? Or if you're on a panel and you didn't speak, why would you speak if you didn't speak up when the person challenges somebody that spoke up? So I'm going to show you my interaction to begin with of when I said something and somebody asked me what I said, not knowing who I was. They very clearly said they didn't know who I was, and I quickly spoke up. I would definitely disagree with you, Brick, that you can use emotion to overcome like fear or pain. Those are reactions from the adrenal gland, adrenaline, which you, no matter how much you try to say that you are not afraid, your adrenal gland, your adrenaline would sometimes shut people down that think that they're beyond any type of fear.
Yeah.
Do I understand you
rabbits
right?
get scared, but they don't have ideals.
Can a guy overcome, whoever just said that, can a guy overcome fear with anger? In that case, an emotion.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes, and you're still accessing the same chemical is why that is. You're still burning the same fuel to.
So we're just chemicals and
both fuel
reactions. We're not actually human beings. We don't have
Oh, animals are more.
No, but those chemicals are released. Notice how quickly I answered when asked. He said, "Whoever just said that," and I answered, just simply answered. Why is it so hard to do this? Anyway, so we're going to go ahead. It's closer to the end of this stream today when that engagement happens, but we're going to go ahead and watch the rest of this tomato debate where Gibbs joined. Now, Gibbs is kind of sometimes pretty clowny guy. Hey there, Sirloin. How are you doing? Oh, let's see. You got the first chat of the day?
Super shot.
Yeah, whatever. Hello, how are you? I haven't found your cousin yet, but remember, it's always whole seed mustard, never Grey Poupon.
Mr. Admiral Gibbs, the big imp daddy.
The cream of the crop is here. You know, I was here all talking about a lot of these women's and men's sports. I'm here to tell you that the macho man doesn't care. He's an equal opportunity. That's why they call me the strong woman here.
Oh my goodness.
The cream rises.
The cream of the rise. I'm talking about this drug. You know what he's talking about? Is weakness leaving the body. That's what this is here.
Well, good thing you're here because I'm ready for a topic shift, actually.
Oh,
Oh, yes, good. Yeah.
All right. Should mental illness excuse someone from the punishment of a crime?
This is a good one. Slippery
You see why I like these panels? That they're very good questions.
slope shit here.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes.
This actually taps back into our conversation earlier about are people born good or evil? Remember,
Yeah.
and I said I think we're all
Okay.
kind of by default clean slated, and it's our environment. But the psychopaths and sociopaths, I think they have bad wiring, right? They
Right.
do things because they don't have the. It's not synapsing the way it's supposed to synapse to say, "Hey, don't do that." However, for mental illness, that could tap into sociopaths, psychos, but it could also tap into I have retardation, I'm that, I didn't mean to do it because I literally don't understand what I'm doing. So to the panel,
Somebody's
should
got to
mental
clip
illness
that.
excuse someone from the punishment of a crime?
It's not really a yes or no question because it has to really depend on the scenario. Because like if you're a guy that's suffering, like for example, let's say for example you're a guy that suffers from post-traumatic stress from war, right?
Yeah.
And if you go to seek treat, and if you're told maybe you should go seek treatment and you choose not to, and then you allow your rage and anger to control yourself, basically. Because I actually knew a guy I went to high school with, and he told me like he was suffering from PTSD. I said, "Hey man, go get treatment, man. Go get yourself looked at." And he didn't do it. Well, long story short, he actually brought his girlfriend's toddler into the hospital because like they said, "Hey, he fell off the couch." The kid didn't fall off the couch. The child had a fractured skull, which means that there was like traumatic force coming into there. That's not excusable. Like PTSD or not, your mental health.
Wait.
You know,
You threw something important in there. You said if the guy gets gets treatment, then it's excusable. I think that's what you're saying. If he went and got treatment, he gets healed, and therefore he gets an excuse. And if he doesn't get treatment, and he does something bad like that, why you throw treatment in there?
that's not what I was getting at actually. But I'm simply saying that like if a guy tries to go and get help or something like that, and then like let's say for example he just like kind of like snaps, but it shows that he's trying to get treatment, you still need to be punished, but like the severity of the punishment has to like vary essentially. That's what I would say in that regard.
Interesting.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you still have to punish somebody. Like, even if say, hey, listen, I drove under the influence because I'm having a meltdown right now, but I still caused a 20-car pileup. You still need to pay the piper in some way.
I like it. I think it's be sliding scale.
But, like,
shit.
I kind of view
Well,
this.
let me add this thought in. You can actually be excused as a female from a crime. Oh, Adonis Paul's back. If anybody wants to buy him back up, is that? Hold on. Can you do the come out of the avatar mode and go into your real avatar mode? Because I didn't recognize the authentication. I'm not sure if it's you or someone else trying to be you. But another thought to bring to the table. I know most men wouldn't care about this, but if a woman has periods that are that freaking bad, to where it makes them so emotionally unstable, it can actually be utilized as a
Defense?
user, a defense. Just
I
the same
had,
as the crime
I
of
had
passion.
no clue about that. That's wild. I didn't know that.
In the heat of the
Right.
moment, that is also an excuse. Thank you, AP.
I know that shortly after you wake up, there's a short period of time after you wake up that you can actually plea not an insanity because you're not of your complete faculties at that moment.
I kind of view this.
Yeah, trust me, that's going to be very, very, very hard to fight.
Sarah,
I believe that Ronald
real
Reagan
quick,
made
just to piggyback off that, I view this kind of through the paradigm of, or not paradigm, but the scope of manslaughter, and the reason we distinguish the sentencing is intent. So if a person has a psychotic break and intent to harm
Okay.
someone isn't there, you need to carry the same. You know what I mean? Like
All right,
you can't
intent
be.
would- I like it.
Yeah,
So as I
like
that's
was
kind of how I
saying,
view it.
I believe that Ronald Reagan made a huge mistake when he closed down the insane asylums across the United States. Now, I understand the insane asylums were committing atrocities such as the shock treatments and the you know, the lobotomies and things like that.
Lobotomies.
Well, I mean, it's I kind of think of it like this:
I could use a
when you
lobotomy.
have roaches in your home, you don't burn your home down. You fix the roach problem. When you have let's say gophers in your field that are injuring your cattle, you don't kill all your cattle, you take care of the gophers. And we seem to have basically formed a society full of wackos and nut jobs. I mean, especially here in Portland. So we've seen, and I think that we could have somehow formed something that allows for the asylums to function.
So
But
there
not
are
be as
asylums.
bad as they were, and
There-
no, we're talking about like criminal asylums. and
There are
stuff
mental,
like that. It
there are
takes a
mental
lot.
health facilities.
It takes
Yeah,
a
there still
lot
are.
to get people in there. A
Yes, it
lot
does.
to
I
get
agree.
people in there, which I
Well,
think
Portland's not that bad though. I mean,
Yeah, because we've
It's
got better
pretty bad.
definitions of all
would
this
be
now.
a good example would be now. I hate to talk about my channel on somebody else's channel, but I had played a video where a guy had went into a church and he was claiming that he was Jesus, and he stood up on the church, like 3 steps up on their fake little marble on wood, of course, tile, and he would throw himself back, and he did it like 5 times, and
That was crazy.
that he wasn't on drugs, which is what I initially thought. He
I
was
still think he was
off
kind of on
his drugs. And if he was given, and he didn't die or anything, he was bloody a little bit. But if we were able to put that person in an asylum until he stops doing these things, because it was just simply that he didn't take his drugs for a few days, that made him whack the heck out. So not just drug control helps. We need to have something to be able to, and Baker Act in Florida. Sorry to go on, but Baker Act in Florida is a good example of a use of asylum, but it's not asylum. It's not. It's hard. It's even hard to get Baker Acted. People Baker Acted.
I would also like to point out with that, even if you go to an asylum, most asylums let you check out yourself.
Yeah, they're most voluntary. That's what I'm trying to argue, is that we should have non-voluntary. When it comes down to severe mental illness, yeah, I think that as long as we're not doing the whole shock treatments and lobotomies and stuff like that, I'm absolutely in support of doing something different, because our entire nation is getting filled with wackadoodles.
Ultimately,
Yeah, because it's not a
when we're
prison.
we're deciding a criminal trial. We're deciding once we decide they're guilty.
Oh, well, I have that paused. Hey, you want to see my new penguin there, Iron Otter?
we're going to incapacitate this person because they are a threat to society as a whole. It doesn't matter if we're going to incapacitate them in a prison, a jail, or an asylum. But
it does matter. That's Sarah's point, is being excused from the punishment. So if you commit a crime, the difference between suffering in prison versus a mental health institution, you know, it's a different punishment. One is just removing
let me
the
just jump in here,
society.
Joseph. You said something really interesting, and the Macho Man's going to tell you the prescription right here. It's fucking ass, bro. You know,
I bet you would have a lot of fun up on these panels, Arlington Auditor.
I had a professor. He used to tell me it's either
They're not safe places. They're kind of like the ghettos and the back streets of YouTube, but I think you'd do pretty good up there.
the pain now or the pain later, right? And so these people, we got America too soft. Nobody gets an ass woman no more. Men, women, nobody, you know, except now they can just say whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. They can say they're crazy and they're going to suffer. But you know what every person on the planet understands? Pain. If you people, these people act crazy and then they catch an ass woman from somebody else, they're going to stop acting fucking crazy. It's that simple. You can be crazy, understand it. You can be sane, understand it. But we've gotten so goddamn soft, and we're pretending that we're not animals. But yeah, that's the problem. That's
Macho Man. Let me ask you this, Macho Man. Would you?
One at a time.
Macho Man, would you say we should get rid of manslaughter, and then so it's just a blank statement? If you end another person, you get the murder charge, hands down.
You know, that sounds like a case of
they seem to be highly attracted to stupid.
Figure that out later.
Macho Man, can I ask you, what do you think
Hold
about
on.
shame?
Hold
What
on.
do you think
Hold on,
about
just-
shame?
Hold on just a second. Effigy. Pick someone
Yeah.
to boot.
Person above me.
Joseph, to the back you go.
So I was trying to say, you know,
No, I
pain
am on
doesn't
top.
always work. A good example of that, when I was a kid
Societal
in
shame
school,
did-
there was a guy.
societal
Hold on,
shame
real
worked
quick.
for
There
thousands
was a
Hold
kid.
on.
When
One
I
at a
was
time.
when I was in school, man, there was this kid. I must have whipped his ass 7, 10, 15 times. He never learned to stop being stupid. Don't mess with Zeus. He will fuck you up. No matter what, he'd still come back and do it.
Your brother, the
every
Macho
fucking
Man's going
time.
to take
That's not
$500 on things that
Right.
never happened. But let me tell you, I don't think that
Oh, that
if he had
definitely
taken
happened.
7 ass whoopings,
AP, that's
he'd
not
be coming
shame.
back. Maybe you should learn to get
Shame.
good, sir.
Shame is a
That's what I'm
societal.
saying.
If a society shames you and you're like ostracized for your actions based on a shame-based thing, that's completely different than whooping someone's ass.
Not
So
really.
what about
Exactly.
no? Yes, it is, because if a
punishment.
multitude of people shame you, look the other way, don't want to speak to you, that's not one person who beats you up. One person can beat you up, and a bunch of other people can come by and say, "Oh, well,
Same
it was
concept.
this
Well,
unfair.
shaming
It
doesn't
was
work
that part
either,
unfair."
actually. If you
It
think
worked
about it,
for
shame,
thousands upon thousands of years.
yeah, they
in
also
small
they
communities.
also used to accuse women of being witches, and guess what they said? Hey, if we drown you in this lake, and if you die, you're not guilty, but if you live, you're obviously a
Fail
witch.
safe.
I mean, that's not exactly a
No,
good
you're
way.
going off on a distant
Not
tangent. I'm talking about strictly shame. You're going off on
It's the
another
same thing.
No,
Shame
it is
is
not
Or
the
tar and
same thing.
feathering.
it's whole
Tar
How
and
is
feathering
how is
resulted in
witchery
death.
Stop.
the
Stop.
same as
Stop.
shame?
Pardon me. One at a time, gentlemen. We're starting to get a little ahead of ourselves. Keep the interruptions at a 0. Thank you. Back to
Also,
the
I got to
room.
drop. Thank you for letting me join y'all for a short period here. This has been fun. I love y'all. Y'all are the best.
Bye,
Good, man.
Gibbs. Love you.
So
Alex,
what was
can I
the
just
topic?
ask-
Should we bring back asylums?
No, the topic
well, no,
question is it, or I'm sorry,
Should there be
where
punishment
to-
for?
should mental illness excuse someone from punishment for a crime?
There's two. I would need to know the severity of the crime, the mental illness. I mean, yeah, in some cases, yeah. I mean,
There's tons of nuances you could go through.
yeah, it's that's kind of a vague question. You got to
Simple
at least tell
answer
me
is-
the crime. Could you murder somebody? Yeah, I don't know about that, but
Simple
Would it-
answer. Yes or no?
I would
in
agree.
general,
It's a very
yeah,
simple
there is some crimes that mental illness would excuse. I wouldn't accept it for any kind of serious capital crime like murder, rape, or child molestation. But crimes like if somebody, you know, disturbing the peace, but this person is a legitimate schizophrenic and can bring proof of that to court. Yeah, all right, like give this person some help. They weren't doing criminal shit. You know what I mean? They weren't maliciously going out trying to hurt people. They were
So, like,
screaming.
AB, I have a real world example that I could give to you. I don't want to give you my view on it first, just because I want to hear yours on it. I used to live next door to a girl who had severe Asperger's, correct? I think we all agree that's a mental illness, correct?
Yeah, if it's properly diagnosed, sure.
She was
We'll
properly.
say,
We'll
say it's true.
properly
Yeah,
diagnosed.
let's just say it's true.
She came over our house one time, completely in the nude, and jumped in the pool. She had severe Asperger's.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but with that type of test, it's kind of like makes you wonder, you know, how many times they threw the witch in the water and she sank, and they go, "Huh, I guess she was just a bitch."
It was not. It was not. Yeah, it was not malicious in any way. She didn't like come around and say hi to anyone. She just went in the pool, like, because she thought they had a pool in their backyard. She was confused. She walked across the street. That is where I would say I agree with you. It's very nuanced. Where, like, I don't think that's necessarily a crime.
Yeah, you'd have to be
for
an
her.
asshole.
Like, that's not fair to put her on, like, you know,
I mean, if
a
you
sexual predator watch list for that.
If you
because
really
it's a mental illness where she was confused, she walked over, she was clearly had no idea where she was.
Yeah,
Yeah, you'd have to be a complete.
I would say that would
jerkwad
go
not
to nuance with it.
Not to report it as such, as there's probably, you know, call it when you make your 911 call or whatever, you tell them I want an ambulance. This woman doesn't seem like she's a threat. I just want
we were
somebody to come
very
help
good
her
friends.
out.
We were very good family friends. So
and
there
if you
was
don't do that, then you're an asshole. I'm not saying you. I mean, you know, just the person that doesn't do that. That takes dick move. You know.
I mean, that's like asking
we were
should
good
not in
family
a good
friends.
way
right now.
I'm just saying that goes to the nuance with it, is because you can see mental illness in a very wide spectrum on a very wide spectrum of crimes as well.
My answer is there's a reason plea of insanity exists. It's hard to get that, and you should really be careful someone's not abusing it.
Yeah, clinical insanity and criminal insanity are two different things.
Also,
criminal insanity requires you basically have to be, you know.
pleading insanity doesn't mean you're going to get away with the crime. It just means that instead of going to a prison, you will go to an institution that can treat your mental illness.
Not always.
Be good.
When is there an exception?
Sentiment is there.
When is there an
So,
exception?
Mental
Here's what let's
capacity.
do. We're going to go 2 more minutes on this topic, then I'll let everyone give their final thought on it, then we'll move on.
Isn't
Mental
a crime a crime?
So mental capacity, like, so it's not just like mental instability when it comes to disabled mental capacity. You know, we do this same thing when it comes to children, right? So you know, when it comes to children, their mental capacity is not that of a you know, well-educated adult, you know. So, you know, yeah, absolutely, we have to have a nuance to the law and what should and shouldn't be punishable.
And also, when we talk about imprisoning people in prisons, and not like I suggest insane asylums, you get the courts who deem these people as incapable of understanding their actions, and they go back out on the street and they do the same thing again. Because they're incapable of understanding that it's wrong, and it doesn't matter how many times you throw them in prison. There's no structure there to help guide them not to do the things that they're doing. We're in the mental institutions, and what I would believe is an asylum where you're actually forced to be there, and it doesn't require you to have a crime. Just very clearly show that you're incapable of understanding harm to another human or something like that. You know, then those people would be guided by psychiatrists, which you could say is either pseudoscience or science, into how not to engage in these behaviors. Where in prison, you're not getting any of that.
All right. That's a good place to stop. We'll go around the room. Everyone give a quick closing thought on that topic if you feel the need to, and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, that's fine. So we'll kick over to Clay.
Sure. Yeah. Kind of the same as I'm sure pretty much everybody on the panel agrees. It's there's certain aspects of mental health that require an extra examination before we just send somebody for their punishment.
Perfect. Alex, do you?
Just like I said before, handle on a case by case basis. Don't like give leniency just because like one case might have said one certain case. It has to be handled differently. Like, for example, if one person suffers from paranoid schizophrenia and they steal like a Snickers bar, obviously you're not going to charge them the same as you would that somebody that commits mass murder. You're obviously going to handle them on a different case. So you have to be very, very judicious. You have to be very, very consistent, though. But you also have to make sure that people get the help that they need in order to be able to function on the real world. That's the most important thing. So I'll yield the rest of my time.
Perfect. Ant, to you?
Just restate what I said earlier is that whether you have mental illness or not does not excuse you from committing crime. It just changes the nature of how your crime is dealt with. And if you're someone who's incapable having that mens rea to commit a criminal act at all, then yeah, you probably need severe help, and prison's not going to be the solution.
That's fair. Joseph, to you, please.
Yeah, the more I think about it, you need to take into account intent and probably the likelihood of recidivism for when you think about how to deal with them. So, excuse, yes.
Okay, that's fair. AP?
Factored in for punishment, sure. But if you victimize somebody, I want you to suffer. You made someone suffer. So whether or not you victimize them, you're crazy, Charlie Manson or something, it's going to have to depend on the crime. No crime, little crime. Yeah, get them some treatment. Drug addiction shit, sure. You murder a few people, you murder somebody, you rape somebody, nah.
Oh yeah, that's totally different.
Fuck you.
Damn. Say it with your chest. And speaking of, Caldy sent in 10 to try to bring you upstage earlier when you were waiting backstage, but then somebody already left the panel. So Caldy still said 10, and we used it later to boot someone else. But just so you know, Caldy really, really wanted you on here.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I've dedicated myself to becoming king of the debate verse, and a true queen needs a king, and I'm going to take over this universe for my own. Thank you.
It's the panel verse, by the way. Conspiracy extremist to you, sir. Your thoughts on that?
I don't know how to follow that, but I would say a crime is a crime. I understand that there are situations where there are people who are mentally ill, but when it comes down to it, a crime is a crime. And Adonis Paul is definitely my hero and my god. So
thank you,
every night.
Wow. You want a little more or
extra room?
No,
go ahead,
don't speak to my room. That way,
he knows what's up.
Go ahead, Effigy.
Just lean over and tonguey.
I would say, yeah, as much as we can, we need to look at them differently. Intention matters, but also justice is the idea that the punishment fits the crime. And with that intention is where we derive that from. So if there is a circumstance where mental illness is the reason and it wasn't an intentional thing, then yeah, of course we should sentence it in a different way. And we do for the most part as much as we can. Yeah, that's it. Everything else everybody else said pretty much covers the rest.
All right. Copper Rhodes, to you.
No crime is excused by a mental illness fully, and each crime should have its absolute repercussion. And it is a nuanced situation where we have to look at all the facts as a totality. But crimes do have their own repercussions.
All right. Fair enough. Thank you. I'll give you all the option. Okay. Whichever one has the highest pick, I'll let you guys talk about it. Option one, the next topic would be, are the Royals lizard people? Okay. Or option number two, did Israel kill Charlie Kirk?
I want to go on that one.
Yes.
I want to go on that one.
Lizard people.
Lizard people, yeah, just not the ooze.
Go lizard people.
Charlie Kirk.
Lizard
Hold
people
on.
than Charlie Kirk.
All right, we'll do an actual count. Zers, lizard or Charlie Kirk?
Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk. Clay, lizard or Charlie Kirk?
Lizards.
Lizard. Alex.
Kirk.
Kirk. Ant.
Lizards.
Lizards. Joseph.
Lizards.
Lizards. AP.
Lizards.
Lizards. Conspiracy extremists.
Oh, I'll go. I'm gonna go with my god AP lizards.
Lizards.
Thank you, my son.
Effigy.
Wait, what was the fucking
There's
question
already
again?
one.
Are the royals really lizard people, or did Israel kill Charlie Kirk? Which topic?
Lizards.
Yeah, that's what lizards.
Lizards at 6.
Scared,
Copper
scared.
Roads.
My vote won't count, but
I
I
know.
would I would have gone with the Kirk. I would have
Kirk,
gone with the Kirk.
Okay, now I wasn't necessarily. What's going to happen next is I'm going to be explaining that I preferred Charlie Kirk, and as far as the lizard people, man, we've talked about that so many times. Everybody knows exactly what to say on either side. With the Charlie Kirk thing being that was Israel involved? That's all kind of new stuff. We'd be able to dive into new thoughts. This guy a conspiracy extremist? You would have been able to start an entirely new conspiracy theory. But I was wanting to point out that I was going to sit out because I didn't really want to talk about the lizard people.
We are 6-3. All
All
right,
right, let's go for it.
Let's do lizard people. Are the royals really lizard people? And I think I might have another topic somewhere sitting around about lizard people too. So I'll go see if that's in there. But go.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I mean, lizard people?
Yep.
This is
that was
a
better than
classic
Charlie
conspiracy
Kirk.
theory,
This
man.
is
This is
sad.
classic.
But the Charlie Kirk would be a new conspiracy theory. So we don't have to keep
Hey,
going on
we
the
voted.
same
We
old
voted.
That's why
It
I
was a
gave
vote.
you-
It was a vote.
We voted.
It was a
That's
vote.
why-
They wanted the lizard
That's
people
why-
gets lizard people topic gets the vote.
That's
Come
why
on,
I
we
was
gotta
going to
respect
kind of
it.
go out and
Gotta
have a
respect
cigarette
it.
while the irrelevant talk.
No, but
topics
before you
talk
go,
about.
I'm
No,
gonna-
yeah, you're all
I'm gonna go
hoity-toity.
have
You
a
don't want to
cigarette.
discuss the real issues. Okay.
Before you go, though, yes or
I'm gonna
no?
go take
Yeah,
a
exactly.
I'm gonna go take a 5-minute cigarette break while we discuss
it.
lizard
Yeah,
people.
yeah, CIA agents. Go ahead and get out of
Before
here.
you go, tell us yes or no.
CIA did. No.
I will
No,
tell
you're
you
not lizard
100%.
people, it's nuts.
Lizard people, if you're here, I blame Sarah the Raging Tomato.
So
This guy's leaving her federal agents. I'll tell you
How
that.
do you
Lizard
know?
people.
How do you
She's
know
the head.
I am not a lizard people?
I know you are. That's why I'm saying it.
That's very
And I wasn't truly
suspicious.
complaining about the subject. I was just kind of,
the
being
the
funny
theory-
as I edited out.
concept
All
comes
right,
in is like
Aldi
the-
wants us to start on Prince Andrew.
Scumbag.
He is actually he's an interdimensional alien from the Alpha Draconis star system, and that's in the constellation Draco. And
You got
that
a source
actually
on that?
exists in another dimension. Some people they referred to his species as the Anunnaki, and I don't really believe he was molesting children on Epstein's Island. I think he was
Wow.
drinking their blood because that's the source of his youth.
It's not working too well, is it?
well,
Well,
Guys-
I mean, what happened to the island?
this is why you got to follow my new religion, the AP religion. But
Right,
here's
I've
the
got
thing.
the answers.
The whole lizard thing comes down to their mindset. Using the lizard brain, where they just don't give a shit about anything, and they're just trying to.
I am so
global
glad I
command
dived out
of
of
the
this
world.
conversation.
Pure predation, no
Yeah.
sympathy, no empathy. They're like Terminators, but they're easier to kill.
Correct.
Well,
Is there no lizard
let me
brain
break out the Alex Jones voice and the Bilderberg groups out here, and I'm sorry, but like lizard people, because like first things first, lizard people in the first off, they would have to pick the worst fucking climate to be lizard people.
But
You're
they're
talking
not
about
just the
UK.
Royals, the Bushes, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, Hillary
picked
Clinton,
the-
Henry Kissinger.
It
They're
would
all fucking lizards, bro.
it would make more sense if they lived in places like Saudi Arabia or Arizona, but no, they're
Why?
picking the most cold regions out there.
Oh
okay?
yeah, so we should
I
only
live
live
in
in
Arizona.
Bonobo
How
because
dare
we're
you?
descended from monkeys. Is that it, man?
Are you trying to
We have
say
all
that
our
they're
common
cold-blooded?
ancestor.
Look, man,
Are you
if
saying
you
they're
were an
cold-blooded?
advanced alien reptile species, you could also live in mild climates.
Okay, fine, but like, where's the proof? No, where's the proof that they actually are lizard people? I'd love to hear this.
Well, there's a number of videos you can watch, but it's a lot like Beetlejuice. You know, people just don't want to see it.
You have to say his name 3 times, and then he appears, but that's not answering my
Beetlejuice,
question.
That
Beetlejuice,
actually does
Beetlejuice.
happen. Where do you think that legend comes from? The whole Bloody Mary
Like,
thing. Mary Queen of
that's
Scots,
all-
who was also
that's
a
fine.
lizard
Interesting.
person.
Channing
Alex.
Tatum, Channing Tatum,
Fuck
Channing
with me,
Tatum.
Alex Kirsch. Right?
Wishful thinking, wishful thinking, wishful thinking.
Alex, so my argument was that they're not.
No, go ahead, conspiracy.
Well, I was just saying, like it comes from them adopting the lizard brain. That's where it comes from. It's not like literally they have scales and shit, which they might. I mean, I'm not ruling that out. I'm just saying these demons or whatever you want to classify them as
NPCs.
What
are they like NPCs?
NPCs
like lizard brain.
They don't have a soul.
Yeah, they don't have a soul. They are like literally evil people who just only have a lizard brain where they only focus on I don't know, killing and destructing and making money or whatever.
It's been measured by psychology too. Did you know that, Connie? And we've actually quantified that some people do not see images in their brain. They cannot picture an apple, and if they can, some people can't picture it in color.
So they live. They live.
So I understand that they actually have the portions of their brain that they can use. Are they just not using those portions? Is that kind of the thing? Or is it that they don't actually have those portions?
I mean, they just don't have emotional intelligence because they're reptilian. I mean, they're just very cold.
Listen to my God. He knows everything.
We
I got your back.
That's getting really creepy,
reptiles
bro.
and
I'm
humans
sorry. That's
share
getting really
common
creepy,
ancestry.
okay?
So,
My
however
Lord,
distantly
this
we
is
are
Don't drink the
related to
Kool-Aid,
lizards,
okay?
Therefore, we're all
Spit
lizard
what I just
people.
So I
drank
thought
out,
I
okay?
threw up there a
Can you
little
explain
picture I
something
drew of
really
a
easy to
dragon.
me, please? Why is
Well,
it that
long
when
time
Queen
ago.
Elizabeth, King Charles, Hillary Clinton, Henry Kissinger, when all of them get old and and you know they look like
I was
fucking
having a
lizards,
hard
bro.
time getting it in the camera.
He's not wrong.
It's weird.
Could be stress, you know.
Does your grandmother look like Hillary Clinton, Alex Kirsch?
Both of my
I
grandparents
I bet before she died, she was a very attractive, very nice lady for her age.
Look,
If
I'm a
that's what
lizard
the way you want to
person.
swing, fine. I mean, I don't judge, bro. I mean, hey, I'm not a kink shamer.
I'm not trying.
Okay.
I don't want to have sex with her. I'm saying that she
but,
wasn't
you know,
a lizard.
When
But
did
Hillary
George
Clinton
join the
is.
debate?
I'm quite certain she wasn't a lizard. Okay, so
How
that
long are we
no-
gonna? How long are we gonna do this? Like,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
lizard
but
thing?
that would make me part lizard, then, would it not?
No,
Yeah,
because
yes, it would.
no,
Yes, it would.
no,
I
it
mean,
wouldn't. Because
be
you were artificially inseminated by aliens.
You
okay.
look like a lizard.
That's
to be
actually
Or
honest.
you
cool.
weren't. You weren't artificially inseminated. Your mother was. A human was
Fuck,
put in
dude!
her
How
womb.
dare you take this away from me? Okay, I'm waiting to go back to the fucking home world. Okay, for fuck's sake, what's wrong with
Okay,
you?
okay. First of all, meet my alien son and stop being so fucking racist to alien people. You're being like a white guy who wants to be
First
black,
of
like
all-
Speakeasy or something. Say
I'm
hello.
First of all, Almighty
See?
Nate. Almighty Nate just saved the chat.
So maybe I know what I'm talking about. Okay.
First Stacy
Oh,
had to
shoot,
save
I
the
got the wrong
chat,
camera.
and then I hope we weren't looking at your asshole. And then Almighty Nate came and
We're gonna
saved
skip
the
forward
chat
a
because
little
that
bit.
dono goal was starting to look a little sad.
Being as gay as you can.
Uh-oh, wow.
Don't put that.
I
shit
forgot all about
like
like driving them nuts, wanting to talk. And when the news reporter put down the microphone, which I thought was strange, the fireman department
panel show. So
yeah, we won't skip
panel
forward.
show. So
I'm willing to tell everybody else to shut up because I want to hear the evidence and I'm excited. I've been wanting to talk about the lizard people forever, and I was so thankful that everyone chose, not everyone except the weirdos, everyone chose the lizard people to talk about. So I want to hear the lizard people talk, please.
Wait a minute.
Spread
Did you
your
call me a
spread your
weirdo?
information.
Did
on-
someone like ask? Like they said, was that directed at me about the proof?
I thought it was AP that was saying they're
no,
lizard people.
I'm the one who has the irrefutable proof of the lizard people. I just need
Yeah.
a guarantee that I will not be harmed. Because a couple of your guys on here just ran, which makes me think they're feds. But
yeah,
Well, no.
Here it
but,
is.
No.
Bro, there they are. There they are.
Laugh it up, but this
Not
is
AI.
why,
Hold on.
this is why I
We
go to
might,
the Church of
no
Adonis.
CGI.
we might
no
all
AI.
be getting attacked. Be cautious, everyone, that we might all be getting attacked for having this conversation and having evidence of the lizard people. I hope you are all safe and protected for the evening. Yeah.
Where's
Thank
the
you.
position when we need them?
Pictures
They
are
have
proof.
a right to defend themselves. That's all I'm
Well, I
saying.
think that kind of puts a pin in it right there. We got the proof, and
I told you I came here to become king of the Panelverse, and so boom, bomb dropped day one.
No,
Promises-
the king.
promises
Remember,
made,
you said every
promises
queen
kept.
needs her king, but a good king will shut his mouth and just say yes, ma'am. So
I am more than happy to just sit back, be fat, collect your W's, and let the matriarch run the kingdom.
Wait, hold on. I thought my job was skinny.
I am skinny, but I will be getting very fat once I have nothing to do because my queen is doing all the work of the kingdom.
I'm gonna look for new religion.
I
You
want
do
to
know this place is a ghetto, right?
Look, there are pig people. There are pig people. So I could definitely see how there would be lizard people.
Yeah, I got pulled
Hold
over by
on,
one
let's
last
see
week.
this. Let's see these pig people. That's a cute little piggy, though.
That's it.
Oh, you were
That's the
talking
guy.
about the picture.
Oh, you guys stepped on that joke.
He's
I
real.
didn't mean to meta you shit, bro. I didn't see your background.
I got this picture while I was out filming. I filming the police, of course, and this
It's
just
under the police.
happened.
I
I have
can't-
more pictures.
You know, I like the popos. I was,
Oh.
previously married to a popo, and they get to carry their pew-pews around all the time, and there's nothing sexier than that. So
I
mean,
respect good.
I live in
cops.
Texas. I have guns without having to go bother people. I like them when they're not
But
bothering
him
me.
being able to have the power over people, that's exciting.
So as a,
It's the
as a
handcuffs,
woman,
isn't it? That's what it is. It's the handcuffs.
I'm about to trigger the fireman.
I never got to play with that. That was the one thing about my marriage that pissed me off was we never got to use the cuffs.
Which do you find more attractive, firefighters or policemen?
Let me
And go save a kitten.
let me give that one a lot of thought here, because that's a super tough decision to make.
Tomato, fierce and red, juicy curves,
This message is sponsored in part by.
Kind of figured that would spark that.
I'm wet now.
That answers the question.
Of course, you had to say some
Excuse
shit.
me, my ovaries just exploded.
So you guys want
Damn
to
you,
hear a
Sir
story?
Susie.
There was this little girl that her house caught fire, and the news reporter was talking to the mother, and the little girl's like driving them nuts, wanting to talk. And when the news reporter put down the microphone, which I thought was strange because we're talking about a very small girl, the little girl looks up at the camera and she goes, "The fireman department, they came to put out the fire." Ever since then, I cannot see a fire truck without thinking, the fireman department, they go and put out the fire? True story.
All right, lizard people.
So
I actually
can we kill
stopped
them
some
with guns?
firefighters the other day that were going, they were actually sitting outside of the grocery store, and I told them that story just because it was funny.
That's a good question.
Lizard people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How did they die?
You can
Or
kill
do
them with
they not?
guns.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and skip
Lizards
forward
are-
a little bit.
I mean, they're biological, just like anybody else.
Being as gay as you can.
So
We brought
Sarah,
gays to the
Sarah, did
kingdom.
we ever get to the should we colonize Mars discussion?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
I will leave after the colonized Mars discussion.
It
'cause
was
I-
kind of borderline corn.
Hey, Trippy, what's up?
I don't even
You
know
said
if you
that.
say borderline.
That's Cupper.
It was
Hey, Cupper.
Cupper. Yeah. What's up, Trippy?
So yes, should we be pursuing a colony on Mars?
Ooh, is that my topic?
Could I
If you put
could
it
I
in the
start
thing.
out?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. Well, I would absolutely think 100% we should pursue it, and I would love to hear anyone say we shouldn't.
I can.
There's no resources. No reason to be up there. It's all red shit. Go.
Ain't you
I
ever
think
watched
we
Doctor
should
Who? The
pursue it,
Waters
but
of
I
Mars?
don't know if we are capable of it. Even with the Starship, if you really look into it, it would take multiple starships just to get one starship there. And there's not really a plan to get the other 4. There's something like 4 in between that would be pretty much just discarded into space. And what benefit we would get a lot of scientific benefit as far as there's some places that they're starting to think there may be microbial life along some of the ice caps, and we wonder, if we can't just use machines forever, because our machines obviously are very limited in the scope of what they can do compared to a human. But at the same time, I don't know if it's, I think that we should, because I think it'd be great to get to see more people on Mars. But do we need to do it? No.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of when.
It's wishful thinking. Look, we're just looking to be able to ditch Earth because we're already, screwed it over bad enough.
There's nothing wrong with the Earth. The Earth will be here probably just as long as Mars. But Mars, really, when you look at Mars, right? Here's the thing. It's just another planet. And when people say, "Well, there's no reason to go there," why not? You mean to tell me that you wouldn't go explore a new land if you had the opportunity?
Yeah,
you wouldn't go to the moon?
To go to Antarctica.
We have been exploring Mars for 50 years.
Why wouldn't you?
Don't need to spend
because it's
there.
cold as fucking Antarctica. That's
because
why.
you believe the Earth's flat and you don't want to destroy your paradigm, so you refuse to go to Antarctica.
I didn't say anything about the Earth being
flat. I know, but you just no. He's not thinking very clearly. He just said, "Why would you turn down a free trip to Antarctica?" And the answer is, if you think the Earth is flat, you'll turn down a free trip to Antarctica. They just did so with the final experiment. That's why
we're already in the realm of conspiracy theories. Why not just?
Well, that's a gay thing.
I don't believe that. So I don't know where you're going with that, but anyway, beyond all that,
that's why would I go to
the person who brought it up.
Go ahead, Clay. Go ahead.
The Earth is a sphere. Let's not just accuse people of things.
That's what I mean. Did you hear me accuse him of anything, or did you hear me just mention that flat earthers turned down a free trip to Antarctica?
That's weird.
I wasn't accusing me.
Yeah, you were. You were accusing me of being like a crackpot, but I'm not a crackpot because I do believe that space travel is possible. Like flat earthers don't even believe that's possible.
Bro,
now, I do believe it's just a matter of time.
Hold on, let him finish.
Claimed I'm the flat earther. For God's sakes, I'm the conspiracy extremist.
You think the Earth is flat?
I will throw in $10 to build you a rocket so you can fly up there and check it out.
No, I just found it interesting.
Have you ever been in a plane? Question: have you ever been in a plane?
I found it interesting that you claim this other guy thought the Earth
Have you
was
ever
flat.
have you ever been in a plane?
I'm not talking to you. So this other guy said he thinks the Earth is
Found
flat,
it?
but yeah, I'm the conspiracy extremist, and you didn't even claim
You didn't
that.
even ask poor Connie.
Nobody claimed that they.
Well, you should have already went there when they started talking about Mars. As soon as they mentioned Mars, you should have said, "Wait, I'm a conspiracy extremist. The Earth is flat. There's no such thing as Mars, or Mars is just a light in the sky." Not that good of an conspiracy extremist.
Believed that the Earth was flat. Somebody accused me.
Right.
He
accused. Wait, I didn't accuse you.
Right.
I didn't accuse him.
You're mad he didn't accuse you.
Right. What happened was he said no one would turn down a trip to Antarctica. Well, there's the final experiment. Hold on, wait, let me correct that. Before you go on saying that I accused anybody of being a flat earther, you said, why would you not go to Antarctica if you had a chance? And there was recently a final experiment where a lot of flat earthers refused to go to Antarctica when they had a clear chance.
There's a real answer to this.
So then, why did you say you
flat Earth?
Why did
Go
you
ahead,
say
AP.
to me?
Hold on. What's the real answer, AP?
The colonization of Mars is our closest sister in the solar system, and the technology that we would develop to achieve this goal would be one of the most. If not
Somebody's
the
a little
most
touchy on the
significant
flat Earth
undertaking for
thing.
all of mankind that we have ever engaged in.
Mars isn't the closest. It's actually Venus.
Venus is Venus closer? Well, fuck you. You can't live on Venus. It rains fucking sulfur there. Okay, we have to go to Mars.
Thank you.
We're gonna go ahead and let Alex. Alex turns into a pumpkin at 2 a.m. So we're gonna let Alex go ahead and make an opening and closing, and then he's going to exit. Everybody else, shut the fuck up. Go ahead, Alex.
Anyway, so first things first, Sarah, thank you once again for having me on. It's always a pleasure hanging out here with everybody here. So when it comes down to the colonization of Mars, we can't even like go to the moon. We haven't been to the moon in years, even though like they're talking about going back. But you're talking about like going to Mars, a whole totally different planet, and you're talking about colonizing it. This is going to take a great deal of time. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm simply saying it's going to take a great deal of resources, a great deal of time. But has nobody ever watched Doctor Who when we actually did colonize Mars and a fucking alien race basically infected all the people basically, and they had to nuke the entire site from orbit essentially? That's what happened in Doctor Who. It actually happened. I mean, but in a serious note, I mean, I think it's definitely possible. Will we do it in the next 20 or 30 years? It's possible. How likely is it it's going to happen? I don't know. I mean, we can't even fix the problems here on this planet we have right now. So what makes you think we're going to go colonize the planet and solve everything there? So,
because one's an engineering problem, another is a number of social problems and political problems and people being shit. You know, I think we'd have we might have better luck solving the engineering problem.
If you're an introvert, yes, I would agree with you because I hate people in general. So maybe I can solve all my problems on Mars, but I can't fucking prove that at this point. So
if the ultimate goal is to find like let's say life on Mars or life within our system, it would be better to go to some of either like the icy moons that are known to have water, or some of I think there's one planet or something like that that's known to have water, and
maybe around
looking
Jupiter
for exploration of life. That would probably be a better option than some rock.
What if it's a bacteria?
Europa?
Bacteria that kills the entire human race, though. Would you want? What is it worth the risk?
How would it get back here?
If we don't bring it back, then there's no problem discovering that
We're
life
going to leave
form.
the astronauts wherever they go.
It would only kill a small amount of humans.
No, I mean,
I was proposing
operate
a
in
different
sanitized
idea than
conditions all the time.
colonizing.
Anyway, I'm gonna make my exit there. I will see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. And if everybody wants to come in and watch me, feel free to come on at 8 p.m.
That would. What I was.
Have a good night, Alex.
What I was.
And as a kind reminder to everybody, tomorrow we had to
An
maneuver our
alternative
Throwdown Thursday over. Thank you.
that
for
I don't
flexibility,
necessarily
to
think
tomorrow
we should
night.
be
So we'll
sending
be having a
a
Throwdown
colony of man to
Saturday.
Mars
And the
when we
topic
can
that Alex has chosen is to
research
defend
other places.
progressive policy. So all of my righties be on board for that one. And you said 8 p.m. Are you Central Time?
I'm Eastern Time, same as you.
So it's not. Did you need it to be 8 p.m.?
It doesn't matter.
Do you want it to be 8 p.m.?
8 p.m.'s fine. I can work with it.
I'll adjust it because I have 9:15 written down, but we can adjust to
9:15 is okay with me. I am not stingy when it comes to that, so it's cool.
All right, 9:15 it is then tomorrow night,
9:15.
ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you
All right,
then,
take care.
Alex.
So I was
Yeah.
trying to suggest that instead of Mars, there would be better places that we could choose to explore life if that's our ultimate goal in going to Mars.
But
Now, if
looking
it's
for
just
life,
going
finding
there to
life
make a camp
cool.
for rich people,
No.
no. If it's just going
Finding
there
life
to
isn't
make
the
a
goal.
camp for the minute few, no. I don't think it's a good thing.
why?
And if we're dreaming about, which does go into the subject, if we're dreaming about terraforming Mars, or anything like that, which is colonization of Mars.
No, I was thinking about setting up like a couple of fucking bubbles and sending 30 people there as a
Yeah.
colony.
Terraforming is
limited
I don't
to.
care I don't care if there's other
what?
people there or
With
other
the
life
rocks?
there. I want to be there. I want to go there. I want to go see
I would
what
want to
it's
go
like.
there. Yeah, I'm not
I
saying
think
I
the
wouldn't
technology-
go. But are you going to be the one that goes there? I would think none of us on this panel would be there. Hell yeah.
The technology we would have to
I'd be the
develop to
first
go
one
back
on
and
the
forth to
rocket.
Mars like that would serve us to go much further in the solar system as well.
Yes, further.
And
We don't
that
need
would be.
We
Yes.
don't need people on Mars to develop that technology.
You could then stop on Mars and then hop off
Why?
It
Jupiter,
would
and
be
we could
probably-
have crafts with people observing Jupiter and sending
and
probes into its atmosphere. We could learn a lot. Europa, like the other guy was just talking about, where there's water and life. That's Europa, a moon of Jupiter.
Yeah, and
But
I would
we're
say
not there.
anybody
One of
who's
the best things to
naysaying
do-
is just like totally raining on my parade. You're sitting there raining on my
Well,
parade
no,
because I
I'm
want to
not
go
going
explore
to.
other
Base
places.
on the moon,
One of the
and then
best
we build a
things to
base
do
on the
would
next
be
planet.
first start with the moon, because, and I know everybody's doing
We've
this.
been there,
Should we
yeah.
just go straight to the Mars, or should we grow,
Well, here's
grow
why.
a base
We're gonna
on
get
the
back
moon?
into
And
the
hold on, real quick.
reptilians.
Hold
If
on,
we
hold on.
grow a
Go ahead.
if we make a base on the moon, instead of having to fight Earth's atmosphere to get out into space, we can then launch off of the moon with like 1/10 or something like that's gravity, as long as we are able to build a base there. Now we would have to bring material, and one good thing about that is we just recently created a metal 3D printer so that we can create landing platforms out of metal as we get there. Bring blocks, make
Okay, yeah, I don't need the details. I'm going to tell you why it's a bad idea to use the moon as a launching base. Here's why: the Earth depends on the orbit of the moon in order for its equilibrium. So when you start adding weight and then
Okay, so he thinks that the moon is going to get off balance if we put a base on the moon.
you start launching rockets, and you actually can cause the equilibrium to be shifted from the Earth. This is the problem. So, there was the time machine. Remember the time machine? They broke the moon.
Hold on. Stop. One at a time. Clay, please finish your thought.
Yeah, remember in the time machine, they actually broke the moon by building a base on it, right? So when it comes to Mars, though, there's no equilibrium that we have to worry about.
We're talking about something the size of the moon and the Earth. Now, what a lot of people don't think is we're in a moon-Earth or system. It's not necessarily the moon orbiting around
Earth
the
Berry Center,
and it's
Earth, Sun, Jupiter, Berry Center.
Is the moon and the Earth are both orbiting around the sun. Now you have the Earth, Sun. What is it called? There's a Berry Center, and we're in a Earth, Moon, Berry Center system. So if we change the amount of the Earth's mass and bring it over to the moon, we would have to bring larger than any type of base. A little base on the moon isn't going to change the mass of the moon enough to change the Berry Center of the moon.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with
rockets off of the moon to get back home from the moon.
Then I have a question about that. Then it said so, and statistically true. If you took your finger and you ran your finger over a marble, very smooth, correct?
Thought I was going somewhere else.
Yeah,
right. But if you zoom in, you can see all the bumps.
But if you
valleys.
do that on a larger scale, if you took the Earth and, like, say you were someone our size compared to the Earth, as
putting a moon base on the moon is going to make it off balance.
Smoother if you were to take that on a larger scale
This is like
than even a
dumber
marble
than
is
flat
to
Earth,
us.
dude.
So even putting epicenters on moon, you wouldn't even compromise any part of the weight, so that point is null and void. You wouldn't change anything on weight distribution with it.
It's not just the weight. It's also the launching of rockets.
There's not nearly enough force in a rocket to.
So you think the force of the rocket's going to alter the moon?
Bro, are you going to hear me out, or are you just going to keep interrupting?
It's
Because I can interrupt
nuts.
you.
No, that's crazy, dude. It's crazy to think. You thought flat Earth was bad. To think that launching a rocket off the moon is going to change the trajectory of the moon, you're freaking wow. And I was involved in this conversation. It still hurts to this day.
Like, that's crazy. So what I'm saying is, so you're going to launch one rocket. You're going to bring one rocket to the moon, and then you're going to launch one rocket. And what I'm talking about is an actual a base, right? And when you add that much weight and you launch that many rockets, yes, you are going to change the equilibrium. Yes, 100%. We're not talking about just a minor. We're not just talking about a minor settlement. We're talking about the actual colonization of another planetary object, right? And there's no point. There's no point of colonizing the moon when the moon's like literally just right there. We've been there. There's like no colonization needed there.
Sir, you would have to carve out the Andes or maybe even the Rockies in order both to make
What do you think they're gonna do when they get to the moon?
I don't think
Would
they're gonna
make a
carve
moon
out-
base, and then they'd
They're
be able
go-
to put
yeah,
rockets
exactly.
on site.
They're going to start digging, pile this up over here, bring this here, take
Do you
this
not
here.
know how big the
yada,
fucking
yada.
moon is, dude?
We're
Like,
talking
you're
like
not
a
gonna
truck
start
stop.
launching
Wait,
rockets or building
Hold
planes.
up. You're
Blaze
getting out
correct.
of control, and you know I don't like it. There's not enough babysitter fund for me to give a fuck.
Mhm.
One at a time.
Clay is correct because Mars is only 10% of the is Earth's mass. So there could be a differential in like
mean the moon?
actual.
Oh,
no,
bringing
Mars.
Mars. Oops, sorry.
Mars is
45% Earth's mass.
Were you suggesting bringing Mars rock to the moon? Yeah, that would be retarded.
Mars math is only 10% of Earth's mass.
45%.
Yes.
Yeah, and
You
so
wouldn't
in
need as much
reality,
rocket
there's
propulsion.
not enough gravity to even really set up a logical like base there anyway. You're not going to actually live like on that like surface like a
Right.
regular lifestyle. You're not going to. There's not enough gravity even. Like you're going to be
Right.
There's
bouncing
plenty
around
enough
and
gravity
right.
to hold
It's a
the
stepping stone.
rover.
Right, Clay?
There's a rover
And I
driving
could,
around
I could
up
see
there.
it as a stepping stone for reaching it and then launching back
Is it
off of
just
it a few
me?
times to
Is
make
it
sure.
just me, or is the conspiracy guy? Is the conspiracy extremist even sitting there thinking, "Wow, I can't believe this guy thinks they're gonna throw the moon off balance"?
that we can actually get from one point to another. But when you're talking about colonization, right, that idea, like you can't colonize the moon. That's just it's silly even
Wait,
to
if we
really
can't
try to. Why would you colonize the moon when Mars is the goal?
You're defeating
Because-
your argument. If we can't
because-
colonize the moon, there's no way we
Saying
could
what's the
ever
point?
colonize something millions of whatever miles away it is. There's no possible way. If we can't do something 200,000, 300,000, or however far the moon is,
We
if
nuke it.
we can't colonize it this close, then we can't possibly colonize something way the heck
I'm
out
not
there.
saying we can't. I'm just saying it's a bad
Just
idea
said
for
we
various
can't.
reasons.
We
I'm saying
nuke
it's
the
a
moon. and
it's
we nuke
not
Mars.
a great idea, right?
We
It
put it
yes,
all in
we've been
glass.
there. We've been there. We've launched off of it, and there's no
The
point of
Mars.
us trying to set up like some like I
There
get
is a
like a
point.
base maybe, but it's going to be very small. It's not going to be like a place for us to send a whole entire population, cities too.
There is a point. We want to lessen the amount of money first it costs to get the rocket off of Earth. If we have the rocket and we can bring the material with another rocket to build rocket, we bring the fuel with another rocket, then we can use that rocket. Now we're talking about colonizing. So we want to set up launches every day, every week, every month, as fast as every year, as fast as we can produce.
You're wasting.
Can we define
We're
colonizing?
not wasting, because when we
We
lift off
define
from the
colonize.
moon, it only
Well,
takes a very
people
small
there.
amount of power.
I agree with this.
Or
Conspiracy one thing.
either a matter of putting people there with the intent of making that our
Can't
new
hear you,
space,
conspiracy.
or even more so, if we're going to just go tap into Mars for its resources or whatever, we would colonize in order to have people working there full time, but they still can have their families or each, or it could be like an oil rig almost, where you're there doing a specific job. I think that would count as colonization as well.
As
Okay,
far as
exactly.
resources,
When the definition of colonizing says a settlement of a small area developed to do something more than itself, that's a colonization. So it doesn't have to be we make Mars the Earth, where every part of it is Earth, where we have cities everywhere. Colonizing Mars could literally just be we have 2 or 3 settlements there with like 700 people. That's technically the colonization
Right.
of Mars. Conspiracy, I saw your hand. I didn't want to over talk my time, but go ahead. I did want to just clarify that for the point being where I'm talking about colonization.
Hold on. Let me. Am I unmuted? Sorry. All right. I think this whole thing is ridiculous. Like the whole like concept of colonizing another planet. Now I don't even know. I've never been to any of these planets, so I don't know if they're real. And you can make fun of me about that. But however, here's the thing: why are we even focusing on going to other worlds or planets where we have a lot more that we could accomplish here on Earth? I think that's what I'm more concerned about.
I can give you a reasonable answer, I think, that may be strange. So we often waste a lot of things. You guys are so fucking weird. We also we don't fix things anymore. We simply throw them away and buy something new. Wouldn't that be exactly the way our society operates, that we would apply that by way of Earth too, of like, well, why fix this? Why not just go find something new? And even if that's not the intention, it's the potential of something
That's
new,
where a problem
right?
comes
Why
in.
why take care of what we got? Just go find something else and go trash that.
It's
That
the
would
easy way
be
out.
it's the easy way out. We are fucking lazy as shit. We're instant gratification people. We don't want to fix what we broke. We just want to move on to the next one. What the
AP.
No, stop, AP.
It's
That's
not,
a
it doesn't.
congresswoman.
It doesn't get ugly.
Oh, I know what it does.
Calm down.
It started looking like it was going now.
I know what it
It
does.
doesn't get. I put that on my YouTube. I just
That was
wanted
a
to
whole
say one
clip.
thing.
And you
for-
change it to my face.
Oh, I'd love to. I just wanted to say to Sarah that, you know, if you were my girl, we would be on the couch. You could keep your headset on so you could hear it, but we could be making out right now while all these people argue about hypothetical space bullshit.
Well, I could be making out with something. You be on camera talking. I'll be making out with something else.
That would be difficult.
Full
So
rejection.
I believe you were talking
On
about
air.
resources, and I don't think that's good at all. That's definitely negative. That runs into what Clay was saying. If we go to Mars and we colonize Mars for resources, then we would be bringing new mass from Mars to Earth, which would
Oh, I
very
just got it.
easily-
Nice.
the
Yeah,
new
and that-
mass. It would
yeah,
be bad,
that
and
part
I
I
think
don't
because we would deem there's nothing there. That's where we would carve up the Andes. That's where we would carve up much more than the Andes, the size of our ocean in mass of dirt, and bring it in for finding out what's there, and then that causes a problem of
Look,
changing our
there's
orbit.
already too many Andes on the internet.
I was referring to collecting large masses of mass and bringing it to Earth would, and because we don't have to worry about it destroying economies or destroying cities or destroying the environment or destroying forest or any of that. If we chose to use Mars for resources, we would bring millions of pounds back, millions of tons of material back, and that would be a problem, especially over decades.
You know, you can. AP does a show on Wednesdays. It's pretty cool. You should go watch that.
Are you like his
Wednesdays.
biggest cheerleader?
It's my night.
No,
man.
I'm not.
It's my night.
He is his servant.
This whole fucking no. I'm trying to be funny, but this whole like moon shit is gay. It's never gonna happen. We're never going to the moon again.
All
Like,
right, you know what?
oh,
Here we go. Here we go. You know what? Here you
Uh-oh, rage time.
conspiracy
Give it to him, Connie.
extremists.
So
This is your time to shine. Everyone else, shut up for the next 5 minutes because conspiracy extremist is tired of talking about whatever topic we're talking about. So the floor is yours.
So I would say that the whole argument about going to space is whether you believe space is, obviously I don't. I'm a conspiracy extremist, but let's just say the space is real.
Hello, Nakoti.
There's all these planets and stuff. It's not a good thing to use energy for because we are wasting time. Obviously, Elon Musk is blowing all these rockets, these phallic-shaped rockets to go to space. What is that? What's the point of that? Shouldn't we use that money to make humanity better? I know I sound like a socialist or a weird communist, but it's a good question to have. Now, how can we utilize this energy better? Like, let's say space is real. And we say that the
We
moon,
just learned that Clay
like what they
thinks that
claim
if
is
we
the moon
make a
has
base
some
on the
resources,
moon,
but
it's
it
going to
doesn't.
make
It's
the moon
just a
moon
dead
off
rock.
balance.
That's what they claim. There are better resources to get in space. we can use nets to capture diamonds, etc. Whatever these retards claim, like Neil Steele the Bike Tyson says, there's all these like diamonds floating out in the atmosphere. My point is, why are we spending so much time focusing on like how are we going to get to other planets that don't even actually exist? That's my position. I'm a retard and crazy conspiracy extremist, but let's just say they are real.
This guy's drunk.
Why are we spending time going to these planets or trying to strategize to send rockets to these planets where we could be using a net to get all these good resources that float around our planet and all the garbage we sent out there also?
Are you done?
I made my argument.
Okay. All right, sad boy.
Pat him on the head.
Okay.
You know, just because you don't understand how space works doesn't mean it's not there.
Okay,
It's
it's for
animals.
the as for the moon. The
Right.
biggest reason for us to want to go there is helium-3. Helium-3 is very difficult to find on Earth, even though it's
Super shot.
however, it's quite abundant on the moon.
And we're running out down here.
We don't have very much down here. Almost
We
none.
won't even have a birthday balloon next week, conspiracy guy.
Yeah, and some people are going to do it for the resource.
Are birthday balloons even real?
So,
You know what is real, chat? What is real is your dono goal. You're halfway through the timer, and you have yet to send a single dono.
And yeah, I totally agree with why not fix our planet before moving to the next one. And that most certainly goes with the people that are dreaming about terraforming Mars. We could use a little bit of terraforming here.
To start making up for that dono goal. That's
What?
what's real. That's
Let
what's
me help you. Let me help you. I do this for a living.
Oh yeah.
Ladies
Come
and
on.
gentlemen of the chat, please show some love to my lady, Sarah the Raging Tomato, my new queen of the Panelverse. Ladies and gentlemen, the $5, $10, $20, $100, $200 you send her, it doesn't mean anything to you. That money comes and money goes. You're not going to regret it tomorrow. It's just like you went to the store and bought a candy bar or something. But you can help her show grow. It's not easy or cheap. She just looks that way.
Cringe.
So please click that Stream Elements button, click that super chat button, and give your hard-earned money to Sarah so she doesn't have to. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.
That was lovely. I don't know if I could have done that better myself.
It works.
He's good at what he does. He can
It actually felt like an ESPN ad, so I gotta give him props.
I might have to clip that later and just play it.
That's gotta be your dono thing.
Dono
Whenever
commercial.
someone- yeah, when someone donos, that's gotta be his that.
Are we going to hear in
No,
the
no,
background,
when
Sarah,
they
while you're playing
don't.
it?
The reason some people are going to do it is for the resources.
Right,
some,
Nicody?
some people are going to do it for religious reasons. Me, I'm saying let's do it just because it's fun. Like
I want to
exploring
fly
is
so high into the
fun.
sky. I see
When I was a kid, right? We used to go into the woods and we'd explore. We'd go out. We'd go out into the city. We'd explore. We'd go to this place and that. And you know what? I'm still a big kid. I love to explore. Mars is the next horizon.
For what?
Is everybody going off on? Is everybody like going off on freaking rants tonight? Like, what's up with all of these?
bird.
That's footage of AP without the.
I have not gone off on a rant.
This is what the new king of the Panelverse likes. These are my pleasures.
Do you
I
think
like to
you,
be silly and
uh,
have a good
They
time and
used to say
laugh?
that-
Here's what I
they used to say
addressed.
the Earth was flat, and then they found a whole nother land because men were explorers. And let's go
Wrong.
find another land
No.
because we're explorers.
But
Do you
don't
think
believe
you,
the
I,
pictures.
or anybody on this
Never mind.
panel, or really anybody that you'll ever meet in your lifetime, will ever be one of the very few chosen people that are allowed to go to Mars?
To me, it
How
really
would you
doesn't
be
matter.
exploring if you're
To me,
not
it-
one of the people that go?
To me, it really doesn't matter. I'm saying let's start now and move toward that goal.
It's actually more likely for you to find a new landmass. That's how AP found Las Tejas.
That's right. It's just unclaimed land in Mexico on the border.
Also, where are you getting that we're not exploring Mars currently? We
We have a
sent
rover up there.
multiple missions. Yeah, we've sent several rovers up there. Other countries have sent rovers.
Matt
and
Damon up there.
probes.
You believe
Matt
everything?
Damon.
You guys,
Matt
potatoes.
Damon. Can anybody do that without?
Yeah.
There you go. Wait. Do it again.
That's exactly why I think it would be more beneficial to look at other places, such as one of the moons of Jupiter, which we know has water and ice.
Are you going to go there?
Not
Sarah,
necessarily go there, but we
Sarah,
can
can I
send
pose a
robots
question?
to
Mars
do
also
what
has
we're
water
doing
and
anymore.
ice.
You guys just make
Titan,
it up.
Titan, Ganymede, Enceladus, and Europa are all way beyond our ability to send humans to. We can barely send probes
Right.
there.
Right, but he made the suggestion that we're already exploring Mars, and the only way we're exploring Mars right now is through robotics. So
Correct.
what I'm suggesting is maybe not send another stupid robot to Mars, and instead send another stupid robot somewhere else.
They're trying to. It's expensive.
So you
Let's
just
put Grok on
Well,
Mars.
let's put the money.
We have
let's
this.
put
We
the
have this thing
resources
between
to that
Mars and
instead of
Jupiter.
back
I
to
think
Mars.
people
Instead
are
of trying
forgetting
to
about
put
when we
man
talk
on
about how
Mars.
easy it is to get to Jupiter, called the meteor belt.
I feel like anybody who really actually believes in the space travel and what we could possibly do understands the reality of colonization and understands that Mars definitely is the next step. Not Europa, not the moon.
Yeah, dude.
Moon was the last
100%.
step. Europa might be another step after Mars, but Mars is the next step, especially
don't-
when when the people who are funding it want to go to Mars.
I don't think so. I think that
You
what
guys
we're
are
going to end
fucking
up with the
man. You
Starship.
believe
Here's the
whatever they
people
tell
that
you.
are funding it are building the Starship to do so. When we're talking about the Starship, I don't think it's ever going to be a ship that goes to Mars. I
Nor
think
do
it's
I.
going to be a rich man's cruise ship up in space. They pay billions of dollars to buy tickets. 150 people go around the Earth a few times.
Well, they're
and
already
gonna
working
be
on
happy
trips
with
to Mars.
No one's going to space.
Civilian travel. That's what I think it's going to be.
Yeah, not Mars, the moon. My fault. People are actually flying ships
A rich person's cruise ship.
to, the upper echelons of the atmosphere.
Get
I
docked
realize
over
that you
swing.
don't think space exists, but what the fuck do you think is out there? Just a bunch of twinkles on like a blanket, like holes in a blanket?
What?
Do you think that's
Like,
true?
So those are
Literally,
the
bro,
those are
literally
the
everything
guys
is
cleaning
space.
the.
What do you
See what
mean?
happens is the guys cleaning the dome up there. They have to they have to be able to see at night to clean the domes. So they have these bright lights to light up the dome section that they're trying to clean, and the bright
Yeah.
light is the star that you see on the ground. See, I told you I'm not a
Exactly.
flat earther.
Conspiracy guy.
Sparklies.
My queen,
Sparkly
doth
drips.
the
What was that,
peasants
dude?
have another
That
question
was
for
the
us?
stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Yes. And in the meantime, Nuke says, "Fine. Here, everyone must sub to me now. Yeah, go ahead and sub up to Nuke because why the fuck not? Nuke's pretty good
Well, what's
at
the
wrenching
next
this chat,
subject?
and we love him nonetheless.
So
So
conspiracies-
hold on, I got to put my cartoons next to each other.
The
Here we
nuclear
go.
All you're expecting for a gift on Halloween is candy, like a couple pieces
Okay,
of
yeah,
candy. Like, how is it?
Halloween. Let's see.
It's not even one day anymore. They walk out the house and they're all.
Uh,
I hate Halloween.
Halloween? I fucking hate you.
That's
I love
the-
Halloween.
Halloween's the most useless.
Oh, okay. People Now are I funding know. it We're or building the
went
Starship.
early
to do so.
too far.
When we're
Shoot.
talking about the Starship, I don't think it's ever going to be a ship that goes to Mars. I
Nor
think
do
it's
I.
going to be a rich man's cruise
Because
ship.
we're going to go into
Up
what
in space.
holiday
They pay billions of dollars to buy
should be.
tickets.
If we were going to remove one holiday, what
times.
holiday would you
Well, they're already
remove?
working
be
on
happy
trips
with
to Mars.
No one's going to space.
Yeah, not Mars, the moon. My fault.
Hello,
People are
Stan.
actually flying ships to, the upper echelons of the atmosphere.
Get
I
docked
realize
over
that you
swing.
don't think space exists, but what the fuck do you think is out there? Just a bunch of twinkles on like a blanket, like holes in a blanket?
What?
Do you think that's
Like,
true?
Oh, those are
Literally,
the
bro,
those are
literally
the
everything
guys
is
cleaning
space.
the.
What do
See
you
what
mean?
happens is the guys cleaning the dome up there. They have to they have to be able to see at night to clean the domes. So they have these bright lights to light up the dome section that they're trying to clean, and the bright
Yeah.
light is the star that you see on the ground. See, I
What?
told you I'm not a
Exactly.
flat earther.
Conspiracy guy.
Sparklies.
My queen,
Sparkly
doth
drips.
the
What was that,
peasants
dude?
have another
That
question
was
for
the
us?
stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Yes. And in the meantime, Nuke says, "Fine, here, everyone must sub to me now." Yeah, go ahead and sub up to Nuke, because why the fuck not? Nuke's pretty good at wrenching this chat, and we love him nonetheless. So, hold on, I got to put my cartoons next to each other.
And
There we go.
Extremist. It's not that absurd of an idea. Somebody has to clean the dome, and it's
All right.
nighttime.
I'm
Maybe
gonna
light.
clean. I'm gonna clean this palette.
She's
If you
moving
could get
on.
rid of one holiday, everyone I don't want to know why. I just want to know which holiday, because it didn't ask why. We're gonna go around the panel and everybody's gonna give you one, and then we'll move on.
No, pay attention to the holidays, because I have something that I thought about after we all answered.
Conspiracy extremists. If you could get rid of one holiday, what would it be?
Christmas. Oh, why? Because I hate
No.
putting up lights.
Fair enough. Clay,
Birthdays.
I celebrate my birthday for an entire month, you bitch.
Yeah, but everybody's got a birthday, and that means I have to celebrate it 365 days a year.
Do you know 365 people?
Yes.
I doubt that. Zers,
12.
Mayoween, because only 365 people celebrate it.
You called my bullshit.
fair enough. Ant,
Let's just go with what's the Texan holiday that became national? Juneteenth, just because it would piss people off.
The one.
wait.
That was an option. Is that an option?
I love it.
Yes, let's go.
Let's get rid of Juneteenth. It's just an excuse to
And
be
it's
mad at
not my-
Trump anyway.
Ant's my favorite person on this panel now.
Bradley.
Me
It's a badass.
Valentine's Day, because no one loves me.
Your mom does. Your mom does.
Oh,
Trippy.
okay.
The one with the trees. Earth Day.
Arbor Day.
Arbor Day.
Arbor Day. The fuck? When did that change? Wasn't it Earth Day?
When the fuck
Well,
did
you
it
said trees.
Those are two different holidays.
Other than that, Gay Pride Month.
Neither one are actually holidays.
That's fair.
Get rid of the whole month.
All right,
The whole ass
AP.
month.
International Women's Day.
Yeah, but you notice there's no International Men's Day that's celebrated.
You don't need
Every
one.
day is Man's
No,
Day.
because
baby.
no one
Right.
cares. No one cares.
Especially if you get rid of the Pride Month.
Even
Cover.
Father's Day is celebrated by
Oh,
some women.
mine would be
Memorial
Halloween.
Day.
You notice nobody mentioned any holiday that would actually be beneficial if we got rid of it.
I hate Halloween.
Halloween? I fucking hate you.
That's
I love
the-
Halloween.
Halloween's the most useless holiday.
But
No
That's
one
really
here
hard.
cares about.
Oh, like,
It's an
wait.
excuse. First of all,
Upper.
Halloween is just an excuse for a bunch of girls to dress up like whores and go
Why
out.
would you be mad at
Why
that?
are you
Why would
complaining?
you be mad about that?
Why it's my number one holiday.
Because I like respectful women.
Yeah, but one day out of the fucking year?
It's not even one day anymore. They walk out the house in their own thong.
That's why they're doing it, because they respect
I
us.
can go to the beach right now, 10 minutes away, and see the exact freaking Halloween costume they were wearing 2 weeks ago.
That's terrible.
What do you mean?
Yes.
The only
Sarah
difference is they
Star,
call themselves a firefighter.
Cooper.
McGee is very sick
agree with
tonight.
you.
As long as they're wearing
she
the
wasn't
hat,
able to
I
come
don't
on?
care if they're
For
wearing
a
anything
very
else.
different reason.
She has a vote.
So,
Yeah.
Cooper.
So Tits McGee says that she would get rid of Kwanzaa and Gay Pride.
Yeah,
But
Timo,
she said she's sorry she couldn't come on. She's got a very bad cold.
Maybe
Oh,
next
yeah.
year I'll just dress up
All
as Dad
related
Bod.
to all the guys she kissed on Halloween.
Oh,
No, she
God.
wasn't doing that on Halloween.
I didn't think
She's
Kwanzaa.
I
a
know exactly
respectable
what she was
woman. She
doing
only
on
she
Halloween.
only has her tits hang out when she's on panel.
Oh well.
Yeah, but the
Um,
coughing makes them jiggle. So like I've been hanging out with her a lot.
Jesus.
Oh God, I would get rid of Easter. It's so commercialized and stupid. It's like I don't even like to do eggs or like
Yeah.
I just don't do. I'm barely hanging on to Christmas at this point too, because I'm like it's so.
Too
It
much.
was the other day, right? It was like the day after Halloween. I saw a fucking Christmas commercial. And I was like, I'm pissed. Like
Ugh.
that's just
Yeah,
enough.
no.
At least
That's
you
enough.
get
Not in
presents.
my house.
At least you get.
Yeah, that's a holiday for African Americans.
Presents on Halloween. It's just showing
People of color.
Yeah, but I'm the mom. I'm the one that has to give all of the fucking. You know, I get like 3 Christmas presents a year.
You know what's
Are
even
fucking
worse?
kidding me?
You're not allowed to.
What's
You know
worse?
something
You have
I
a
just
daughter.
noticed?
It's even worse.
Like I was saying, none of them mentioned any holiday that would be beneficial. And well, this is a debate channel, so why not point that out?
You have a daughter. It's even worse on Halloween.
But she's saying Easter. Easter sucks.
A little kickback, you know.
Wait.
And all you're expecting for a gift on Halloween is candy, like a couple pieces of candy. Like how
I
is
get
that?
I get mom tax on Halloween, so I'm happy. All right,
I didn't think about. Hold
all right.
on, Sarah. I didn't think about this until just now. None of
never
us
find
mentioned the one holiday that would actually be beneficial to society. St. Patrick's Day.
Hell
Everybody
yeah.
gets drunk. How many lives do we lose on St. Patrick's Day? The only one that would have been beneficial to society. We all kind of like, whatever.
There's a very important part.
Hatred.
There's a very important part of St. Patrick's Day, and it's everyone gets to have drinks, act like a community, and no one gives a flying shit.
Everyone's Irish.
It brings everyone together.
Well,
so that is a great holiday.
There are 3, I call them amateur nights throughout the year, and it's amateur drinking nights, and that would be St. Patrick's Day, New Year's Eve, and Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
And
St. Patrick's Day is amateur
I
day.
do not. I wasn't finished, gentlemen. Which is probably what you're used to hearing, So I don't go out. I don't get on the roads. I stay home, because it's nothing but.
Wait, did he really skip the part where I showed my butt?
Shit face assholes.
Hello, Uncle
Don't
Artie's
do it.
Bar and Grill of
All the
Stupidity.
fucking puke. It's it's amateur hour all night, and I just choose not to do it. I highly recommend 10 out of 10. Do not do any of those 3 nights in the year. All right, next question. This is very important, gentlemen. I need to know how you want this done. Okay, especially you, AP, because when you come over next week, we're gonna have to figure this one out. I need to know. Do sandwiches cut diagonally taste better than those just cut in half? Because this is console wars. Xbox, PlayStation, or PC. Which is king? Besides my king. Okay.
Skip this one
Which
too.
is king?
I would like to challenge you to a battle.
The fuck did you just call me, little kid?
Bro, I called you that like months ago.
Well, it didn't
You're
stick
like-
because it's a shitty
And
name.
you're like, I know who
All
John
right.
Paul is.
Did somebody punch you in the eye, or did you
Eyebrows are
just have a
beautiful.
shadow from your microphone on your face?
You're still a cartoon. Whatever.
I don't give a fuck. What does that matter? You're
Conspiracy extremists, you are a strange man. Does anyone think that my eyebrows are going to go to war with the rest of my face?
I feel
No,
like they're gonna take over Ukraine first.
I think your eyebrows are very beautiful.
If that's not the case, that means that she's a lizard.
Or maybe
I
they'll
think
end
that-
it in Canada.
With my own
That's right.
personal
It was
homemade
for-
vitamin treatment
for-
rubbed into your eyebrows, they will grow even more beautiful than they are now.
Are you allowed to answer the question if you're a lizard?
Wait.
Is Sarah a Vulcan or a Romulan?
She's hiding her antennae.
For the record,
that's
my
mean,
chat has
dude.
their own Vulcan meme. If you are a member, light it up with our Vulcan, please.
Her name
Are
is
we doing?
Yusuke
Are we all
Urameshi.
doing our Vulcan
Okay.
hand signs? Okay, hold on.
Her name is Yusuke
Sorry, I hate it when it
Urameshi,
does that.
and she's a
How would you rather be fingered?
Namekian
Like
from the
this
planet
or like
Mars.
this? Doing the stink, doing the pink, doing the stink, doing the pink.
You're talking about the
Fucking Joker. Hey, what's up? What did I call you? Fucking Timo. You do this guy? No, you can't because you're a cartoon, you fucking idiot.
Oh, yeah?
Why are you so angry? Let me ask you this. Conspiracy, sir. Can I ask why are you so angry?
No, I'm not angry. I
He's
love
an
boxing,
extremist.
guys.
Sir,
But they're
you are
smoking me out here.
you're like Clay, but like the angry version of Clay. Clay gets excited, but he's a happy guy. You, sir, are an angry man. Why?
No, I'm not angry. Why do you think I'm angry?
You're
I know
angry
I'm
at
not- I'm
everything.
Definitely drunk.
Oh, is he drunk?
I think he might be drunk.
Yeah, I have no clue, but he is the one that after I answered the question about why I think that we shouldn't have mandatory therapy, he is the one that said that's not the question. Not this guy, the guy you're talking about. Looks like Hez.
He's always drunk.
Yeah,
Well-
that's how you don't understand space. It's the alcohol in your system.
Hey, calm down, guys. He's getting angry.
See?
I think you need to move your lighting system because your mic makes it look like you have a big bruise on the side of your face.
It's like green screen. It's
oh
it's fine.
shit!
Just don't look at it. It's fine. So,
Oh, you mean your face?
I don't know what that means.
Favorite liquor?
Well, I love everyone here.
No, let's move
I was
into.
trying to teasing. No, hold on. I was trying to tease the guy because the first time I met him, I remember I
are
was
teasing
very
me.
drunk.
Stop massaging that microphone. Stop
Timu
teasing me.
Adonis Paul, and he got very angry at me. And now we have
I wasn't
Adonis
angry.
Paul on. Well, you got a little
An
thing.
honor.
So tell me,
I like to make a big deal out of
how was your childhood? Was it pretty fair?
Yeah, it's great.
Are you a middle child by chance?
No, I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest, so lots
Yeah.
of responsibility falls on your shoulders, huh?
Not really. My younger sister decided she's going to be a trans person, and so she's dead to me.
Why?
Oh wow.
Why?
So
Why do
some-
people do that? Why? How do you just do that? You love somebody. You love somebody, they're close to you, and then that small of a thing? How do people do that?
some internal family issues going on there. Why does that bother you so much? What your sister does, or brother? I guess sister brother thing. I don't
No,
know.
it's a girl. I don't really think of her. No, I'm married now. I got my wife. I've been married for 15 years. I got 4 kids. I'm doing great.
Oh, no wonder he drinks. You know what? I'm not
There you
even
go.
mad.
That-
Not
that
even
is a good-
mad.
Yeah.
You know what? That's all I need to know, dude. I don't even blame you there. I don't even blame you. All right, fair enough. This is where he comes to vent. That is the explanation. Everybody has a reason why they're here, and his reason is he comes
Yeah,
here
I don't
to
know.
get away from kids and wives.
Not
and
sure.
Super shot. But this is a nice little venting session for him, so we will give him all the space he needs to vent. All right,
Sure.
you're angry, but you're not angry at us. You're just fucking venting. I get it.
Anyway, you are awesome, Sarah, and I really like that. I thank you for having me on. So.
Oh, you're most welcome. You're welcome anytime. I like people who act crazy. Y'all are my kind of people. All right, next question. Thanks to conspiracy extremists, should therapy be mandatory for everyone at least once in a life?
Man, I don't think so, because why would you treat a wound that doesn't exist? Let's say somebody doesn't need therapy. Now wait, I understand everybody kind of needs therapy in a way, but there's possibly somebody out there people out there that would be put through therapy that they don't need, such as drug therapies. Why would anybody need to go through a drug therapy if they've never taken drugs and don't ever intend to take drugs?
Yes.
That's not the question.
Now, you guys clearly heard that, right? That's not the question. Now, if somebody asks you, who said that's not the question? How hard is it to answer that? Unfortunately, I had to kind of wait until I could get a hole in the panel to ask.
And to my goal people, listen, you're failing. You're starting to fail, and the chat is about to.
Note that I showed you earlier when somebody challenged me. I'm not sure who said that, but whatever. I immediately answered to it.
Take another fat L unless you have a hero come along. And then a hero comes along. You have 7 minutes to complete.
The heck
what
was
the
that?
fuck was that, Goofy?
What was that?
I like the song you did.
You have exactly 7 minutes to complete that dono goal. I'm very sad. Nuke didn't fail. Nuke helped.
Better get out there and get my woman her money.
Yeah, you tell him, baby. I could go around and fuck whoever I want.
Wow.
If you would like more funny sound clips of Sarah, you have to pay the dono toll. All right. Listen, this is babysitter money. And I think we're going to be able to deep dive into conspiracy extremists a little bit more and get him to have a therapy session with us. If you'd like to see that, please feel free to send in all of your donos and complete that. You have 9 more to go.
What did Connie do? I had to make TT.
You're gonna have to go press rewind.
I was
honey.
live
You
when
start
she said
diving into
that.
His little brain.
Here's the question. Here's the question.
Yeah, Bradley. What's your
How
question?
can therapy hurt?
Show me on the body where it hurts. Show me where it hurts, Bradley. Oh my God.
A true story. Last time I went to therapy, my therapist gave me her personal phone number.
I'm still trying to wait. I'm trying to find a hole where to speak to ask the person that said it wasn't the answer to the question why they said that.
I thought it was a little weird.
And that's actually not bad because on a debate panel, it opens up a reason why that person would think that my description of not going to drug therapy when you've never had a problem with drugs or don't ever intend to use drugs would be ridiculous.
I never called.
Oh.
And that it's an answer to the question that you shouldn't have to go through therapy at least once.
Maybe I'm just that crazy. She was like,
And that's okay. Let me explain that. That's another problem with a lot of these questions that they're so open ended. There's no nuance to them whatsoever. That how many different types of therapy are there? If we all have to go through therapy just once, do we have to go through all of the therapies just once?
She's on call for you.
Yeah, I'm feeling depressed. Blowjob time.
Darren.
AP, the question is, should therapy be mandatory for everyone at least once in a life?
No, I think therapy is completely useless, and most of the time it's more or less a money scam. Somebody who never really solves your problems, and you just come back and just talk in their ear for an hour and then pay them a couple $100s to do that shit. And they actually fool themselves into believing they have credentials and credibility and all that because they went to community college. Fuck that, man. No therapy. Make some friends.
Like
We're being a pussy.
Let's go.
Me and AP's mutual homie there, Virgie, had a take on it. He said if you don't think that you've been graped, go to a therapist and you'll find out that yes, you have. If you want to unlock memories that you've forgotten as an adult.
No, you know, if I was raped and I don't remember it, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep that shit buried.
Raped
with
yes, yeah. If I was raped with a piece of fruit, a grape, a vine fruit, I would want to not remember that if possible, and just keep that buried deep in my subconscious and live a happy life.
I would actually like to uncover that so I can come.
What? Oh wow.
Oh
no.
What? So has already. So I wanted to make sure everybody's already answered because I didn't want to interrupt. Notice I waited till after I thought everybody had already answered. Has everybody already answered to the question once? I'm not sure. I don't think conspiracy extremists did.
Okay.
Sorry. Tell us about your therapy session, conspiracy extremists.
I've never been to therapy, and I think that explains a lot. But can you clarify?
It didn't answer the question.
The question is, should therapy be mandatory for everyone at least once in a life?
And you actually helped answer that. For what? I mean, for all of the above? The question is so vague.
No, absolutely not. I think it is fake and gay. I don't, obviously, I'm not the best example of this, but I think it is pretty stupid. I think there's better ways to handle things than these paid people who are part of the whole industrial pharma medical system. But
Everybody has to do it at least once.
Isaiah says you can't bang your therapist, Mike, from Bad Boys 2. That was a good movie.
That's right.
Did anyone?
Yeah, see, I'm trying my hardest not to interrupt, to ask the guy down there in the bottom, I guess it would be left hand to you guys, left hand corner.
See the more recent one a few years ago.
And at the time, I didn't know who said it. It's since I've watched it, I now know who said it.
That they did.
I think so.
I did
think I
not
saw
watch
it, but
that.
It wasn't good, so I don't remember it.
I remember one where
The
like
Netflix one?
I think that's that's the one. I didn't watch it though.
Yeah, it was Netflix adaptation.
Yeah, so
wasn't great.
I just remember Martin getting shot in the butt.
Sorry.
Mm. Go ahead. Go ahead, Zers.
After I spoke, I heard somebody say that wasn't the question. How was my response not an answer to the question? Let's watch that again.
All right, next question. Thanks to conspiracy extremists, should
Let's
therapy
see what
be
my
mandatory for
response
everyone at
is.
least once in a life?
Man, I don't think so, because why would you treat a wound that doesn't exist? Let's say somebody doesn't need therapy. Now wait, I understand everybody kind of needs therapy in a way, but there's possibly somebody out there people out there that would be put through therapy that they don't need, such as drug therapies. Why would anybody need to go through a drug therapy if they've never taken drugs and don't ever intend to take drugs?
Yes.
That's not the question.
That's not the question. That's not the question.
Who said that?
I don't remember your response.
Who said that? What do you mean by who said that? You said that. I didn't see who said it or I heard somebody say it wasn't an answer to the question, and I'm wondering how it wasn't, because the question, as far as I know, was that should people be required to have mental health. It didn't necessarily say when, and drug treatment would not be beneficial to somebody who never went to go have drugs. So I don't know who said it. So if that's the way we'll go with it, that's fine.
Yeah, you might need
therapy.
I might need therapy. Both of you seem to insinuate, and the problem here is, Clay, did you say it? No. Why are you speaking for another man? If you listen to the man down here, the third guy, Conspiracy Music, was also saying that. If you listen to conspiracy extremists, if you listen to the guy down below in the corner who actually said it, he started to say it's not therapy. It is therapy. Drug treatment is therapy.
Sorry.
If you heard.
But what's weird is, as soon as he mentioned that, he shut right back up. This is supposed to be a debate panel. I was opening you up to debate of why my answer wasn't an answer to the question.
That, then you might need therapy.
Okay.
All right, next question. Thanks to conspiracy extremists, should therapy be mandatory for everyone at least once in a life?
Man, I don't think so, because why would you treat a wound that doesn't exist? Let's say somebody doesn't need therapy. Now wait, I understand everybody kind of needs therapy in a way, but there's possibly somebody out there people out there that would be put through therapy that they don't need, such as drug therapies. Why would anybody need to go through a drug therapy if they've never taken drugs and don't ever intend to take drugs?
Yes.
That's not the question.
Anyway, next time you speak up online, that's anybody out there, anybody in YouTube land. If you want to speak up and call somebody out as far as that's not the question, at least have the balls to stand up for yourself. As always, you guys are awesome. Remember, you don't have to be wise. Just don't submit to stupid. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
dreams when I sleep. A penguin that can fly. A penguin that can fly. A penguin that can fly. That's why you will find me up there with the clouds that have wings. Up there I can see things not seen by ground things. Up there in the sky, there's a penguin flying high, always loving life, wondering how the ground things have survived. Never seen life. Down below me, the cloud things scurry by, down among the birds, flying wild and free. See things that no one else can see, high above, away from the debris. Down below, the ground things scurry by, pounding their feet while I touch the sky, sliding, gliding, without a care. They'll never know the wonders up here in the sky. I'm a penguin flying high, living life with no questions why. I wonder how the ground things carry on, never experiencing the beauty I adore. Penguin that can fly.